Yo, what's going on? Your boy Inky. Everyone's talking about conscription in Australia, and I'm starting to think maybe I should look into this. So, what better way of looking into this than looking into this on YouTube? Let's have a deep dive into maybe a little bit of history of the conscription service in Australia and perhaps what's going on now. I need to know. All right, everyone. So, good news. According to SBS Australia, Labor isn't reintroducing military conscription, despite what you might have heard. So good news there. What about the Liberals? I'd be more worried about the Liberals, to be honest. Entire continent gears up for World War II. That's like about Europe introducing conscription there. That kind of sucks for people, doesn't it? This out, like, something that I noticed that was interesting about conscription. The army is too small. This article here. The last time Australia had a conscription service was 1972. Let's get Megan up. Hey Megan, can you tell me about the conscription service in Australia? When did Australia last have conscription? And what entails conscription being rolled out in Australia?
Sure. Australia last had conscription during the Vietnam War. It was introduced in 1964 and required men aged 20 to 21 to register for military service. This system continued until it was abolished in 1972.
Thank you, Megan. You're the best. So Megan told us 1972 Vietnam War. What is the Defense Act for conscription? I think that's what we need. Defense Act 1903 is the one we're looking for, ladies and gentlemen. And we're looking for section... Alright, so this is the Defense Act from the Commonwealth Consolidated Acts. Let's see if Megan gets this right. But we want to read the Defense Act 1903, section 60, proclamation calling upon persons. Alright, let's go. Hey Megan, could you read me, please, the Australian Defense Act 1903, Section 60, proclamation calling upon persons to serve in time of war, please?
The Australian Defence Act 1903, particularly Section 60, allowed the government to call upon citizens to serve in times of war. This act provided the legal framework for conscription and military service during periods of national emergency. It was used to implement conscription during the Vietnam War era, enabling the government to draft men into military service.
Thank you, Megan. Can this Act, Section 60 proclamation, be used in 2025?
As of now, the Defence Act 1903 has been amended over the years, and conscription is no longer in effect in Australia. The use of conscription would require new legislation or amendments to existing laws. In 2025, any call for conscription would need to be enacted through the proper legislative processes and would be subject to political and public scrutiny.
So guys, what Megan didn't mention there is the proclamation does not come into effect unless within the period of 90 days before it's expressed to come into effect, it is approved. So basically the Governor General can put forward a proclamation, Section 59, which we'll have a look in a sec, and that proclamation gets passed within the House of Parliament in 90 days, conscription's back. So Megan kind of mentioned that it can still happen. But you're all good, Megan. I know you're still listening to me. Hey Megan, can you read me the Australian Defence Act 1903, Section 59, persons liable to serve in Defence Force in time of war?
Section 59 of the Australian Defence Act 1903 outlined the criteria for individuals liable to serve in the Defence Force during times of war. This section specified the obligations of Australian citizens to serve in the military if called upon during a national emergency or war. Over time, the Defence Act has undergone changes, and conscription is no longer in effect in Australia.
Mute the mic and the camera. So basically, I don't know if this is right, but Megan's saying it in a passive way, like Defence Act has been stripped, but it seems like it can still happen, right? We'll give it a Google in a sec, but this Section 59 is pretty important. Check it out. All persons, except those who are exempt from the service under the part does not apply, who have resided in Australia for less than 6 months, for not less than 6 months, sorry. Anyone that's been in Australia for longer than 6 months will have to be conscripted. How crazy is that? Have Part C have attained the age of 18 and not 60. So between 18 and 60. Anyone between the 18 and 60 that's been living here for longer than 6 months. That's insane. Like that, like different topic right there. But check it out. So this can be put forward by the Governor General, I'm pretty sure, but I don't know who the Governor General is at the moment. The Governor General, let's give it a Goog. All right, can the Governor General call for conscription? Check this out. In times of war, the Defence Act 1903 allows Governor General of Australia to authorise conscription for service in defence, provided it is approved by the Parliament within 90 days. So it is active. This is a thing that can happen. I'm glad we got that straight. Who is the Governor General of Australia? Who is the Governor General of Australia? Sam Mostyn. The Governor General of Commonwealth of Australia is Her Excellency Sam Mostyn AC, sworn in 1st July 2024, not long ago. What does the Governor General do? This one we can ask Megan. Hey Megan, what does the Governor General of Australia do?
Hey, the Governor General of Australia represents the monarch in Australia. They perform various ceremonial duties, like opening and closing sessions of Parliament. They also have constitutional responsibilities, such as appointing the Prime Minister and giving royal assent to laws passed by Parliament. While their role is mostly ceremonial, they can step in during times of political crisis.
Thank you, Megan. So it does seem like the Governor General has a lot of bloody power. Check this out. King's representative performs constitutional and ceremonial duties, including giving royal assent to bills, starting the process of federal elections, and acting as a Commander-in-Chief of the Australian Defence Force. Megan did not mention Commander-in-Chief of the Australian Defence Force. That's like prime big boss lady of the army. Sam Mostyn sworn in as Australia's new Governor-General. Check this out.
Samantha Mostyn has been sworn in as Australia's new Governor-General, becoming the second woman to hold the position. She is Australia's 28th Governor-General, and this is what she had to say.
Many Australians expressed concerns about the global political environment and the range of conflicts around the world at this time. They ask whether young Australians will enjoy the benefits of this country in the way that older generations have. There is concern for rising lack of respect for women, of shrinking opportunities for some men, and the need for respectful conversations to understand the place of men in our communities now.